Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, joined tonight by the one, the only, Derek in the house with me.
What up?
We are here to answer some Q&A. This is a laid-back stream. There is no AEW Dynamite on tonight. We are saddened by this, but we still got work to do. We got to answer some questions, and we've got a lot to talk about due to some news that came out today. So there's going to be a lot. So you won't see a bunch of graphics on here, things popping up. But any questions that you guys bring to the table, we are going to try to answer during this time period. And anytime we do a show like this, you guys know what we got to do. We got to start it off with the intro from my boy, Montezi. Let's get it.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
What is going on, everybody? We are back once again for the Q&A like we had said. Just give us some people some time. We will try to answer some questions in the chat if people have them. I saw Obi-Wan was in here first trying to show us some love. I appreciate that, Original Biggie. Do we have to do it one time for him? Yeah. Obi-Wan! Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Got to always shout you out, man, for showing up. And everybody else who just pops into the chat, doing what we got to do here tonight. Derek, I guess the first thing we got to talk about are these damn releases, bro.
Oh.
Let me pull it up so I can make sure I say this correctly. First, full credit to Fightful and Sean Ross Sapp. When you guys are doing this, you got to do it right. So make sure you always credit your sources. But today, Azan, what's going on, brother? I see you in the chat, man. We are going to have to talk about this. Fightful has learned of the following WWE wrestlers have been released today. We have Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Ruby Riot, Lana, Santana Garrett, and Buddy Murphy.
Okay. All right.
Derek, I was just on a podcast talking about this that just came out literally today. What is your initial thought from hearing about these releases? Like, is there one that shocks you the most? Is there one that you're like, damn, this hurts a lot?
Yes. One that shocks me the most is Aleister Black. Why did you have a whole promo with him coming back just to release him?
Bro, why did you have him interfere and start a storyline with Big E?
Bro. And everybody who loves this company.
Well, hold on now. We don't know what's going on.
I guess.
They said it was budget cuts.
Oh, really?
For budgetary reasons, good sir.
Really? So Braun Strowman was making that much?
Right?
Lana was making that much?
I don't know. I don't know what anybody was making. I can't speak on that. I don't know.
I'm speaking on it.
If you guys in the chat have something to say about it, please let a brother know. I don't know, man. I don't know. They were doing their best, I guess, with what they had, but they were told budget cuts for whatever reason. I think out of all the names, Aleister Black probably intrigues me the most.
Yes. That is very intriguing.
Sub-Zero 87 came in and said Braun sucked. What's up, Connor?
I mean, he definitely did, but I'm just saying.
I don't think Braun sucked, though, always. I think I got tired of Braun at certain points. I mean, I guess let's run through these names real quick. Let's start with Braun. When I hear Braun Strowman's name, the first thing I think of are choo-choo trains now and the foolishness that he's been involved with for a minute.
Right.
What's going on, Jesus De Leon? What's happening, bro? Thank you for joining us. Sub-Zero, Connor, Azan, Obi-Wan. Guys, please give your thoughts in here. I'll try to pull up as many as I can. Braun Strowman, like, player. I don't even know what to say. I liked Braun in the beginning. So he was with the Wyatt family at one point. He was the black sheep. They were doing that stuff with him. That was all right. I mean, it didn't really fit him. When he went on his own is when I really began to appreciate him. I think Braun Strowman against Roman Reigns was an incredible feud. I don't care what anybody says, dude. Like, I think it really worked.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely, I don't know if I could say I appreciated him in the Wyatt family, but I see where they were going with it. But the feud with him and Roman definitely was good.
I thought it worked. Like, dude, the dude was turning over buses. Roman missed a spear and he beat him in an ambulance match. Like, he was wrecking stuff. That was cool.
It was.
But when I hear running around, I'm like, bro, this is hot doo-doo. Like, right. I don't want to see this.
Little engine that could.
Yeah, man. Sub-Zero brings up a good point that I was going to bring up too. Remember when Braun disrespected the indie guys when they had to shut down? 100%, bro. And I think that stuff like that will come back to haunt you. I think I would like to think Braun was sorry for his comments that he made at that point. Because listen, at the end of the day, I don't want to see anybody lose their job. It sucks when people lose their jobs.
Right.
I don't care where you work, whether it's a fast food place, whether you do podcasting full time. If you lose your job, that usually sucks for the most part, unless you do something egregiously stupid.
Right.
But in this situation, these guys were just caught off guard, man. And Braun Strowman definitely caught me off guard. Someone who was just in main events, Derek. We're talking about booking right now.
Yeah. He
was just in main events, bro. Like,
what can you say, man? Booking has been off its rocker for the latter of what? We'll give the benefit of the doubt, the latter of the last 3 years.
Right.
It could be more than that, but right now we'll just say at the very least 3 years, booking has been off its rocker. And
3 years. 3 years. 9 days. 9 days. See, I can make fun of AEW.
Just saying.
Yeah, bro. Booking's been rough. It's been, as you would say, shaky at best.
Earthquake.
Come on, bro. Come on. They're trying, I guess. I don't know. So Alistair, he just came back, bro. Like, I feel like Alistair Black's gonna be the one that makes them regret this.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna. Bro, I saw already people were putting up, like, if he goes to AEW, put him with Butcher and Blade. Imagine that trio. Trio's belt's coming soon, Derek.
No, we're not doing that, bro.
It's happening. Cody already said it.
Why?
Because there's a lot of trios and factions. You can do a trios title. I think it's okay. I think it'll be all right if they do that. Because then you could have Death Triangle feud over with the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, for something. I liked it in Lucha Underground. I thought it worked, but they didn't have a tag title, though. They did 6-mans for everything.
Yeah, but okay, so there you go. That's the thing. They have tag titles.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh.
Listen, they got a great tag division. You got to utilize it to the fullest.
Nobody wants to watch a 6-man tag match.
Right?
It's sloppy.
People are going in about the indies. Rob has joined us. What's up, Rob? Ace, what's good? Ace says he's not surprised Lana got released. Lana is the best.
Well, she's
number one. Perhaps. I mean,
well, you know what? She may not even want to wrestle anymore.
She was great in a manager role at one point in time.
Yeah, she was. I definitely thought they should have kept her there.
As for Alistair Black, you repackage him to release him. WTF, WWE. Original Biggie, bad use of resources, like Derek said. Bad use of resources. WWE's been dropping the ball for a while now. Sub-Zero, you aren't wrong, my friend. If AEW would write better storylines, they could strike while the iron is hot. I like AEW storylines, though. I don't hate them. They're just longer if people aren't patient for them. But I think their storylines are good. There's some that are like,
I think at times AEW can be shaky with their storylines.
I'm ready to argue this.
No.
You better come with a good one.
No. I'm saying like
I'm asking for an example.
No. I'm saying like they'll have a storyline and it'll be short, and they'll be like, well, this should have been more to this. Like, it's just like short lived sometimes. I'm like, you should have extended that a little bit.
Wait, example.
Well, I mean, that's kind of hard to pick out, I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't have one. See, because this doesn't happen. It's long term. It's just sometimes you get the short points in it. They're very long term, I think, at least with most of them. Azan, we're going to jump into your question in 1 second. I'm going to hold on to that one. And Jesus is here. Square Circle Countdown, thank you for joining us. I see you out here. I need that mug, Conrad. I got it as a gift. It's a Bubba mug. So definitely go in there and put it in. Hide them logos, bro. We ain't getting paid by them. No payment. No nothing. Ruby Riot. And Ace just brought her up right now. Ruby Riot deserves better. Yeah, I saw a lot of people talk about that. I think Mick Foley, Ruby Riot has a great look. She's good on the microphone, and she's a great wrestler in ring. I don't think she ever really got to showcase her talents, even in NXT. Yeah. I don't really think she got to fully showcase what she could do. She was in NXT for so little amount of time.
So what happens when you bring people up too early, though?
Well, what happens when you're Adam Cole and then you're down there forever too?
He had a lot of success.
Does he?
I think he does. I think if he comes to the main roster, he'll get the shot.
I feel like Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano and those guys have like kind of regressed. I mean, I guess they're happier in their roles, but it's like, you know.
Yes, I would say there's got to be more for them to do because NXT doesn't really have a wide variety on their roster as to make different storylines.
I guess. Also, anybody who comes in here, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. It's all going back and forth down here. I don't really need to say that, but you guys know the deal. Oh my goodness, we're getting questions in the chat. Let's run through the rest of these names. Lana, we already mentioned. Maybe Lana doesn't want to wrestle. If so, put her with Miro. Rob already put the fear in my head. Can you see it now? Cody and Brandy versus Miro and Lana. I give it all away in the Thomas Jefferson coat. Take my freedom.
He's got to hit the Michael Jackson.
Don't give Cody any ideas about hitting Michael Jackson poses. Santana Garrett. I think Santana Garrett's truly a talent, and I think she could benefit. She could be another Serena Deeb for you. Like
now who's Santana Garrett?
She only wrestled a few times on NXT. See, Derek don't watch other promotions, so he don't know the goodness sometimes. She wrestled in WoW. She was all over the place, Santana Garrett. She was like a journeywoman for pro wrestling. I thought she did a really, really good job, though, as far as getting in the ring, mixing up with people. She was like a veteran you could rely on to have in there. I would be happy to see her on any roster. Impact, NWA, AEW, wherever you can pick her up. If she still wants to wrestle, let her. That's what I say. I don't know if she's going to be a main focus, but you can have her in there. And Buddy Murphy, best kept secret.
Yeah, I'm shocked about this one too. Buddy Murphy could wrestle.
He didn't do shit wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. I don't understand this. The guy was there. He said, "You put me with Blake and Murphy. They did great. They impressed me. I never even thought they would win the tag titles."
True.
They get them. They move up. Whatever. They're gone. They go up to the main roster. Buddy Murphy's trying to figure out what to do. Boom, they're like, you know what, let's put this guy in the Cruiserweight division. He's excellent. Okay, he's in the Cruiserweight division. He wins the title. Really not much for him to do after he beats everybody. Then he goes with Seth Rollins. He's in the did that group have a name? I don't care. It was that Seth Rollins group with him, AOP. AOP get hurt. I can possibly understand their release. Maybe they're like, we got to cut people. They're hurt. Let's just cut bait because they've been hurt a couple times, whatever. But Buddy Murphy stood by Seth Rollins. He did that dumbass storyline with Rey Mysterio's daughter. That shit was dumb.
It was very dumb.
They did that dumb storyline, and for months he did this. Cool. Then they repackaged him like, I'm going to face you, Seth, and I'm going to beat you. Then you pulled him off TV. Why? Why? We need to start challenging their booking. It sucks, bro. This is why Monday Night Raw is getting watched less and less. Shout out to that 1.1 rating, too. You've got to do better with the talents that you have. And I'm not complaining about the people who are released or saying WWE full-blown sucks. I just don't think it's as good as it can be.
I'm saying full-blown sucks.
We need better arguments from you.
It does full-blown suck, bro. First of all, the beginning of the end was Vince McMahon not handing it over.
He wasn't ready to.
Yeah, he ain't never going to be ready till he dies.
That's his choice. His business. Welcome to America.
Yeah, it's his choice, but as his choice, he's losing stockholders, too.
I don't think they're making the most money they've ever made, bro.
That's bull.
I'm telling you, that's why they don't care. Let's get to some of these questions that are in the chat as we've addressed some of these. WWE's been dropping the ball. We need that mug. Let's see here. Square Circle says they just subbed. Thank you for subbing to the channel. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I'd love to see Murphy go to Impact. I think Murphy could be a world heavyweight champion in Impact Square Circle. I think he would fit very well over there. So no worries with that. The Disciple. Yes. And he was a better Disciple than the dude who has Booty Man, Brother Brutai. He was a better Disciple than him. Ace said Raw is trash. I know you feel that way because I see you in the threads every week. Let us know, Ace. And I'm not mad at you for it. SmackDown and NXT are the most enjoyable programs that WWE have. Yeah, NXT's not like it used to be when it was that 1 hour show. I loved the programming for that. SmackDown's been the better show. It's hit or miss some weeks, but I agree with what you said, Square Circle. It's Monday night. Yo, chill. We can get sued for that. He definitely comes after people. Cody had a silly shirt.
He don't own that.
He actually owns a wrestling company now.
But he doesn't own the
He might. Oh, Jesus said Murphy Omega match. I did see they were teasing each other for a little bit before this. I'd like to see it. Did he? Okay. Boom. Here it is first. First question from Azan. Since I'm trying to see if we had any questions on the Twitter Instagram first. But you know what? We're going to give it to the chat. Because everybody looks like they put him on Facebook and Twitter for me. Azan says, here's a question. Do you like the idea of women winning men's titles, such as Tessa Blanchard winning the Impact World Championship or China having the IC belt?
I do not. I don't want to see the woman get beat up, bro.
What do you mean by a guy? Is it just not your forte? You didn't like China back in the day? Come on, that shit was kind of cool. China was the shit.
China was an anomaly.
That's what I'm saying, but he brought China's name into it. China was an IC champ.
Yeah, but who's an anomaly now?
Tessa?
Is she?
Was she? I don't know. That's the real question. She was.
Never was.
Come on. Why are you so harsh?
Dude, we're gonna talk about anomalies. We're gonna bring it back to the video that you showed me of what's her name getting smacked.
Who was it? Elizabeth?
No, not Elizabeth. Asuka.
Oh yeah, Minro Suzuki. Yeah, I guess I can see the brutality then. In that situation, Minro Suzuki's crazy murder grandpa, so you can't.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, there's no female anomaly that's like China. Like, don't get me wrong. I love to watch the women wrestle, but there hasn't been a woman that has been built like China.
Touche.
Like, you bring in another powerhouse like that, okay.
Azan, for me, I'm gonna say it depends on how the person is booked. Like, the Tessa story was pretty cool at the time with her and Sammy Callahan. You built it up pretty well. China too. I think China worked her getting the Intercontinental Champion after the Jeff Jarrett stuff. He's been playing Jeff Jarrett's music. I had to make sure he knew. Don't do that.
I was reaching for the phone too.
But yeah, that was a good match, and I thought it worked for what they were trying to do the story. Please don't do that. There will be no Jeff Jarrett on here. So I hope Kyron or OTRS Central does not see this. Question for Derek. What the hell is this? This is a Q&A for everybody, I thought. Question for Derek. Thoughts on his idea about Adam Page versus Tommy End? Winner is the leader of... I don't know if that's supposed to be the Derek Order or the Dark Order. I'm going to assume it's the Dark Order. So what do you think if Adam Page and Tommy End was Aleister Black's old name, if you didn't know that?
I did not. Honestly, I would go with Aleister Black.
As the leader?
Yes.
He'd have to go like back to the dark side, though, wouldn't he? I feel like his character could not be silly with them.
No, he can't be. Aleister Black, from his presentation, from what I've seen, from NXT up to now, cannot be changed. You can't have it. You
can't change the tattoos and stuff either. Like, it just fits.
Yeah, he fits the Dark Order. Now, the question is, this would be the new Dark Order, but it can't be the Dark Order.
So you think they'd have to go through a name change?
They have to go through.
Would you kick anybody out of the group? Do you see someone who you could be like, you could probably branch off, or would you say everybody stays in?
If anyone, I would say probably 10. 10, I would say, like, okay, we're gonna put you off to yourself because you you've shown real promise, and like not to say that the rest of them haven't shown it, but 10 just seems to be the odd man out.
I like 10. I think John Silver's got something too. I feel like they've been trying to really distance Silver and Reynolds a lot lately too.
Yeah. I would like to see 10 go by himself. Just to see what he does.
Look at this. The chat is giving us questions. We got to keep answering these, I feel like. Who is beating Omega for the Impact Championship?
Impact itself.
Derek is an Impact Wrestling hater. So when it comes to this, we don't listen to Derek. We don't feed it into Derek. Derek is bullshit because Derek hasn't watched it in a while.
Dude, I watched the last one that you had me watch.
Name one match from that card you watched.
I don't remember because I fell asleep on it.
So anyway, I'm going to say Moose Squared Circle Countdown. Moose is definitely somebody that I would definitely agree with. Squared Circle Countdown also said, I am not a fan of intergender matches.
See?
I'm not, dude, it's a preference thing. I don't hate it.
No, I'm saying like to the people that wouldn't want to see that. Like I don't want to see that.
See, White, it could be done. Azan White, it could be done if booked right. I'm with Obi-Wan on that part. But at the same time, equal rights, equal less. Come on, Biggie. We can't be saying stuff like that. Sub-Zero said, don't piss me off. Having fun with the Jeff Jarrett slogan. Let's see here. J-E-double-F. J-E-double gone. Remember when Vince said that. Just admit you hit Alan Angel's head, CJ. I have to represent the bald order. You know, me and Alan Angels, we both got big heads. It's all good, bro. 5 is the man, though. I love 5. You see Mark Henry wrestling in AEW at least one match and against who? No, Mark Henry said he does want to have one match. He said just so they can say he wrestled in this decade. I'm cool with that. The question is, who do you put him against?
We're not doing Paul White.
Maybe.
We're not doing that. I will not watch that. I will not watch that.
He's lying. He'll be right there giving his thoughts. But A+. A+ on the EPW rating scale, which is down below if you guys don't know what it is.
The Angels will be singing.
Flower bringing. You never know, man. That was a Biggie line. I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. Mark Henry, I'm trying to think of who he would go up against that could work.
Miro.
Perhaps. Maybe a Luchasaurus. Maybe. Will Hobbs.
Ooh.
Will Hobbs versus Mark Henry. If you want to put him over.
That would actually be nice. I would like to see that.
Will Hobbs got to beat that ass, though. Sorry, Mark. If it happens, Will Hobbs got to beat you down. What, you said Mark Henry was that? Hell nah.
Will Hobbs hasn't been getting pushed like that.
He's about to after he beats him. He gonna slam that. Yo, Will Hobbs, they should let him get that spot. That's me. No. See, Jesus, no. Jesus, you got to leave the Derek order. You got to come to my side of things. Don't listen to him. He's bad for you.
Never bad for business.
Archer was another one he just put. Perhaps. I like Archer too. I like Lance Archer. Before we get into some more of the questions that we are getting, and we'll come back to the live chat too for questions. So if you have one, hold off on it and we'll try to get back to it. But this is the time in the show where we got to talk about our ads and our wonderful sponsors. And we're going to do it right this week. We're going to tell you guys about Manscaped. You guys can go to manscaped.com. and you guys can get yourselves that nice lawnmower 4.0 that they have up there. This is a picture of the 3.0. They've got a new one. That thing is ready to trim and win. So if you guys want to bust those things out, you know, I just had some landscaping done around the house. You can go home and do some manscaping and, you know, trim the bush, make the trees look taller. You know how it goes. Promo code EPW show when you check out, and you guys will save 20% and get free delivery. So help your boys out. Show us some love. And we have one more thing for you. Promo code for powerslam.tv. I like the writing in this one. It's what I used in the thumbnail. Powerslam.tv. You guys can watch some independent wrestling 1 month for free when you use our promo code EPW show. A gift from me to you that keeps on giving more pro wrestling. I like it. I see some people in chat saying Archer does need a push. Hell yeah, he does.
Big time.
I would love to see Lance Archer get more. I would really hope that happens. But time will tell if we're going to actually end up getting that. let's see. Let's start with Facebook. Facebook first. I don't know, Derek. I don't know what we're going to do for this. Just trying to see who sent us some questions in. These are past ones. Come on, where's the latest? Facebook, we need you to do better as well when it comes to this.
Right.
You got to help me out here. All right, we'll start with the Everything Pro Wrestling group because that is hopefully the easiest to find. But everything got buried once we started getting the news of the releases today. Okay, and shout out to the releases getting posted like 8 times too in the group. I just peeped.
Hey.
They wanted to make sure you knew that news happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's some right here. All right. Jordan Skyline King asks, when will me, Derek, Robert, and you talk about the greatness of Maki Ito? Pause. We already addressed this in there that he should not have asked that question. My man Vaquan from Niagara Falls, shout out to you, brother. He said, aside from the many reasons why wrestling may not be as popular to some fans as it once was in past days, do you feel like we've possibly seen every type of gimmick, therefore making it tougher for wrestlers to get over or have star power? So have we seen every gimmick be done?
For me, I don't really care for the gimmick. I care for the performance.
Elaborate. Continue.
If you give me excellent performance, I can get past the gimmick.
But do you think every gimmick's been done?
I don't think
in
every
his
gimmick's
mind
been done. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for.
I think for some of these things you could.
Okay, so I mean, like if we're talking every like realistic gimmick, yeah, probably. Probably all of them probably have been done. But if we're talking like fantasy gimmick, no, I doubt it. I'm like before Luchasaurus. Who did we have before that?
I don't think there was a dinosaur type of character. There's always something new you could do. It's just how over the top and believable are people going to want to make it.
But see, that's the thing, though. People will say, "Oh, this gimmick is stupid." That's the point. The point is to have a gimmick.
Right. And some people say it's easier to have a gimmick than nothing, where you got to just be a regular guy.
Yeah, so if we're talking realistic gimmicks, probably. Fantasy gimmicks, probably not.
True.
I mean, you could definitely touch base on so many things. I mean, you could take a Batman gimmick and change it, make it your own way, but people will still be like, "Oh yeah, I like how he did that. It reminds me of Batman, but I like how what he did with it."
Bro, we had at one point Ninja Turtles as gimmicks. I don't think we've seen every gimmick of Aquan, but I think that there's definitely more for us to look forward to. There's not as many. It's probably the best way to put it.
True, but you can have the same gimmick, but the biggest question would be, if you have the same gimmick, what's your personal spin on it?
True. How do you make it yours? How do you make something yours unique?
Exactly.
Good. I like that. I don't know why. I feel like we're still missing some questions here. Come on. I blame B-Boy Skyline for the load times on this because he asked that dumb Maki Ito question, and Derek, for some reason, had to go off in the comment section at him because Derek is not a Maki Ito fan.
Until someone can show me a good match from her.
I hope she comes back and just blows the roof off of a match, and then you'll have nothing else to say.
Yeah, well.
You said show you one good match. That's one good match, and then it'll be done.
No, and then I will be. No, you show me one good match, and then I will be.
Boo!
I'll have the consideration to say, "Oh, okay, maybe she might be good."
Let's see. Original Biggie is chiming in. He said, "It depends. Character is very important, but at the same time, when it comes to matches, it's the story in ring that paints the picture." Yeah, it does at times. At times, it does. let me see here. Man, note to self. I gotta use a different hashtag when we go on to some of these sites here. Boom. Let's go to the Twitterverse because for some reason Facebook is acting up for me. But I know we've got a lot of questions on here.
Bring them on, bring them on, bring them
Okay.
on.
If I can get to the latest and greatest here. All right, let's start with Jeff. Jeff from the Insiders, what's going on, my brother? I think they're actually recording right now, so big shout out to him and Joe. It said, if you had the pencil in AEW, what program would you book that we haven't seen yet, women's or men's division? Fudge, no tag teams. A program that I haven't seen yet that I would like to.
Good question.
I have one in my head that I want to right now for the men. Ready? I'll lay it on you. I would like to do Sting and Darby Allin and tell the story about how things between them have worked out great, but Sting needs to prove to himself one last time before he retires that he still has it. And Darby Allin will be the person that he has to beat. Darby's waiting for him to challenge somebody, and then all of a sudden he's like, me? He's like, yeah, you and me. I got to see if I can beat you. Obviously, the story is that Darby is going to win, but I think you could do a lot to fool people in that.
Yes.
I think it's a great way, but it just depends on how you want to do it with Sting to end it. I don't know if you do it in-ring or if you go cinematic with it.
I would do cinematic.
Okay.
I would do cinematic just because Darby Allin has the background to do a cinematic.
And I think you could do something really cool to end Sting's career. Like he can like have a movie type ending versus like you're in the ring. This is awesome.
Right. Yeah.
But it just depends on how you want to do it. All depends. But I think Sting is somebody who is a great pickup for them. Do we go to Azan's question or do we keep staying with the Twitter? He's in here. Let's let him rock. He said, do you think AEW needs more black wrestlers?
Honestly, I think they have quite a bit.
I think it's fair. You got Will Hobbs, Lee Johnson, Private Party, Big Swole. We didn't even talk about Awesome Kong and Shauna getting cut too. Or their contracts weren't renewed, I should say.
Oh yeah,
which sucked kind of. Okay.
I mean, you could use more diversity. I mean, you could use more African American wrestlers, but how many real African American wrestlers are there that are not? And I don't want to make this sound harsh, but how many are there that are on that top tier level that are worth spending the money for?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're not wrong. I think that it just depends on how they're booked and what do you really want to do at the end of the day for when it comes to it.
Right. I mean, like, the way I look at it like baseball. So right now you have baseball is basically being taken over by Cubans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, just flat out Latin Americans, period. And there's nothing wrong with that. The reason why they're taking over is because they are of top tier caliber.
They play the game the most. They practice the game the most. I think the love for baseball, I don't know if you feel the same way in the States. And you guys can ask any question you want because I just saw one that has nothing to do with wrestling that just popped up in the chat, and we will answer those too. So, yeah, I don't know, man. That's a funny one, actually.
It is. I mean, you know, like
it doesn't matter to me. If you're at the top of your game, I want you. I don't care what race, whatever. If you put butts in the seats, come on in.
Right. And I'm not looking at race either, but if we're asking the question like that, then how many African-American wrestlers are there that are of top tier?
I think a lot have potential, though, bro. I'm telling you, like, at one point, I really believed Ahmed Johnson could have been the WWF champion.
I thought so.
I thought Ron Simmons could have too.
Yeah, I mean, you could take what's his name from Ring of Honor. Well, he was in Ring of
Honor. Moose. Who are you referring to? Jay Lethal.
Yeah, Jay Lethal.
There we go. Yeah, Jay Lethal's fantastic as a wrestler.
Right. I mean, he could be of top tier, but then, he puts himself in situations. And I'm not saying like bad situations. I'm saying like he if the money's on the table,
what you got for him? I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. You're not wrong for that. I love it. I love it. I'm just laughing at reading some of the back and forth on Facebook things. Let's continue here with Malik Murray came in. We gotta give him his. Or no, I'm sorry. B-Boy Skyline is next. We tried Jermaki Ito. It didn't work. Don't post that anymore. You know how he's gonna act. He said, "Who would you put in a new Def Jam video game?" That's kind of wrestling related a little bit. I think you definitely got to have DMX as the boss in the new Def Jam video game. DMX is a legendary rapper, one of the best. Doesn't get enough credit, I feel, from some of the younger people today.
Yeah.
DMX would be someone I would love to see in the game. But if I have to put somebody new in, I think we have to pay a little respect to people like Currency. Like, I feel like Currency would be somebody cool to have in the game. He's been around for, 15 years? And I don't hear enough people talk about him.
Yeah, Currency has probably been one of the best low-key rappers that has been putting out mixtape after mixtape, album after album, consistently. So I would put him in there.
Okay. Who would you pick, though, if you had to pick your own person? Can't pick Currency. Who do you think belongs in the game for Def Jam? Hopefully somebody new.
That's the thing, though. Like, do we even know who's on Def Jam?
You could. I just picked anybody. Currency's not with Def Jam.
Shoot. Who would I put in there?
Was LL Cool J in those games?
I think he was in one of them.
Probably a shitty one.
Probably.
The Def Jam on PlayStation 3, whatever that, Icons. Never, ever put that with the Def Jam games.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Stupid, bro.
Damn, who would I put in there?
Come on, put a rapper in. Who's a rapper that you think will be tough as nails? Scrappy, somebody who could fight.
Probably French Montana.
Young French?
Young French, yeah.
If you're a real fan, you would know.
Young Frenchie.
You heard me? I got a question. Would you love to see the NWO and AEW? Quick answer, Malik. No. NWO has been done to death. We don't need it back. I don't want to see it. And WWE owns it. So I would not like to see that. I want to see something new, fresh, just something different.
Right.
Do you see Jay Lethal and AEW challenging Kenny Omega? Maybe for a one-time thing, but that would be it.
Yeah. I don't see it as a consistent challenge.
I don't see Jay Lethal as somebody they need to sign as well.
But see, this would be a great stage for him.
Yeah, to do something different. I think Ring of Honor, Jay Lethal feels stale, and it's not like a bad stale. He's phenomenal. It's just creatively stale.
Yeah, he needs to leave.
Okay, I got a question. Do you want to see Randy Orton make a new legacy? No, not fresh. Same as the NWO. I want to see something fresh. Randy Orton, there is no legacy anymore with him. He is the legacy. Someone's probably going to try and take him out when they become the new legend killer.
Listen, for Randy, this is probably just a walk in a park right now.
Sick. I have a question. What the actual fuck, Vince? Oh my gosh. Max Assassin, MX, what's going on? I don't know if you get this a lot, but do you plan on doing another podcast with Brian Williams this year? Tweet my man. Me and Brian have talked. Brian's been very busy, as you guys know. Ukes is working on the AEW game. Bryan is part of that team. He's been very busy. I know that right now, as part of the game, and out of respect for Bryan, I don't want to ask him any questions related to the game at this point. I hope Kenny Omega and the rest of the AEW team change their mind, though, when it comes to that, because It's Brian Williams, bro. He's like the coolest dude in gaming. And I don't know if they know that or if they understand that, but Brian Williams is definitely like a wrestling video games fan's favorite. I would love to see him talk more about the game, maybe once it gets closer to release. I would love to see maybe him on the AEW game show talking about the game. And if you guys want to clip this, send this to Aubrey. I promise you I won't be mad. Send this to Aubrey. Aubrey, please let someone from Ukes like Brian Williams or some of the other Ukes members, let them talk about the game too. I think it'll make it a lot more interesting. Get them on podcasts to talk about it. I would love to see it. And if you want, you can come on here. You can give me the list of questions. I'll frame it the right way. I'll play by the rules, but I would like to hear him talk more about the game. Thank you, Max Assassin. I will try to get him on again, though, if you want. If you got some topic ideas, send them to me at EPW Show on the Twitters. Let's see. Your screen went dark, by the way. Am I the only one seeing this? I don't know if anyone else is saying that. I don't have an issue with what we're seeing on our end. Everything looks good here. Let's see. Do you see Cody taking a year off in AEW?
Yes.
Why so?
Because of the baby.
The baby?
Yeah. And honestly, I think physically he needs it. Because he was wrestling quite a bit in the beginning.
Yeah, I think Cody's all right, though. I think Cody, I don't see him taking a full-blown year because he's going to work as an executive vice president still. Listen, Cody's not going to stay in the ring too much longer, though. I think Cody is going to reel it back once he gets into his 40s. I think Cody's going to be like, yeah, I got to chill out with this. And I think he'll want to focus more so on being a backstage component for somebody.
Yeah.
Which is good for him. I really like Cody a lot in that role. I thought Bobby Lashley can in 2007, but he ran into the John Cena experience.
Very true.
Harsh. X gonna give it to him. J. Cole, Sub-087 said J. Cole be a good one too.
Oh, J. Cole. J. Cole would be a good one.
DMX, Busta, Meth, Red, Eminem. You got to have all those people in PR. What's going on, PR? I'm glad you are in here as well, my brother. Also, are you cool with any other ex-WWE SmackDown versus Raw developers that you could possibly do a podcast with? I am. I know some people I'm friends with on different, I guess we'll call them medias. But I am friends with Justin Leeper, who is doing a great Road to WrestleMania series on his YouTube channel. If you guys don't know, put in Justin Leeper, you will find him. He is a big fan of the Beastie Boys, karaoke, and making pretty cool wrestling storylines in video games. I do think that Justin would be a cool person to talk to if you ever had the time to get into some of his stuff and stories that he has. And he's a former pro wrestler, so I think that would be really dope. I would love to talk to Corey Ledesma if he was ever free. I don't think I have Corey on any social medias. He would be cool. And another person that I would love to talk to about it would be Dan Ryan. He's also someone who I always thought was great when I interacted with him, just via messages and stuff. Dan Ryan was very cool when he used to make the games with Bryan and everyone else. I'm sure there's more people that I'm forgetting, but shout out to all of them. Aubrey Sitterson, Marcus Stevenson. I know they're all busy now, though. Aubrey does comic books, wrestling comic books, a whole bunch of stuff. Marcus works for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he just left the Washington team. Shit, I'm trying to think if there was anyone else. We've had a bunch of community managers. Any of them, I've interacted with almost all of them at some point or another. So, yeah, that would be cool. And Patrick Gilmore, I know you're new. You can interact with me, bro.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'd love to have you on the podcast to answer some questions. Let's see here. If Def Jam is really doing a game, the label roster is mad weird now, like Method Man versus Justin Bieber. He gonna come with the peaches from Georgia. Yeah, that's it. I like that song, bro. Bieber's got a little flow, bro. I'm telling you. That dude probably turned down more than people get in a lifetime. We don't speak of icons. You damn right we don't. That shit was terrible. I got a question. Do you see Braun Strowman and Lance Archer as a tag team in AEW? That'd be an unbeatable team.
Should be.
As long as they start that choo-choo shit on the outside.
Right.
No, but I like Archer as a singles, though, preferably. I don't think he needs to be in a tag team.
Right.
If they was to Bieber in the game, that would be, can't you repeat that? Juvenile or Mystical, 504, you heard? Okay.
All right.
All right. Big fan. Who do you like better, Juvenile or Mystical? Quit your lie when you're talking to Joe.
I think Juvenile was better.
Huh?
I think Juvenile was better.
Mystical has some good joints, though, but so did Juvenile. I don't know, man. Good old days. Who do you think could beat Roosh for that Ring of Honor World Championship?
Who's in Ring of Honor?
Yeah, it's rough, man. You know what? I'd like to see maybe an outsider, Andrade. The Briscoes have been there though for a while. There's not really much for them. Like they feel stale, kind of too. Like they've just been there for years. They're a staple though too. It'd feel weird if they left.
Yeah,
I don't know. I will go with the outside person. I'll say Andrade or somebody can come in and be champ easily. Bandito. There we go. I said I'll pick him. You got it. This dude don't even care. Look at him. Who's in Ring of Honor? PR throwing up the hand. Respect. I got a question. Do you think the Pinnacle is turning on MJF and Cody becomes the new leader? I couldn't see that right now.
No.
That wouldn't make sense, in my opinion. If Cody wanted to do some dastardly bad shit, he would.
Right.
He would. Ed Fries, thank you for joining us. He says, what Murphy match should I watch tonight? Super Showdown for the Cruiserweight title or him versus Roman from SmackDown?
Say him versus Roman.
I'd say him versus Roman as well. I like that match a lot. I like it.
I think that would be perfect.
Connor versus Bobby versus me versus Derek in Def Jam. I know you ain't. I hope Connor is the Connor in the chat. You're not talking about me because that ain't my name. But we can run Def Jam whenever, bro. Justin Leaper's channel. Thank you for putting that in there, Obi-Wan. B-Boy Skyline, what would you want to fix with New Japan to help them bounce back from the slump?
Their time.
This guy. Derek doesn't do the late nights because, he's too good apparently for that.
Not too good, bro. I'm not waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Grade A hater.
When's the next one?
Monday.
Triple.
See, you can't have nothing. I tried B-Boy Skyline.
Bro, I'd have to go to bed at like freaking 9.
I think for New Japan slump, bro, I think we need to figure out how to get wrestlers some better rotation so that they can rest. The strong style takes a toll on their body. Okada's hurt, apparently. He's been wrestling with like slip discs in his back. And I got people giving me shit on Twitter over it. And I've had it with people. I was like, yo, bro, are you serious right now? Did you read the article? I said, yeah, I wrote get well because he's injured. Like, I don't get people sometimes with that shit. But, yeah, you have a lot of different options and things that we can do with New Japan. I think we can eliminate – can we bring back the other titles? Get rid of that world title. That belt looks like shit. I don't care what anybody says. Not shit, but it's just not as good as the original one. That was my favorite belt in wrestling, and then they got rid of it. And can we bring back the IC title? Get rid of those never open 6-man titles. We don't need 2 6-man belts or whatever we got. We got too many titles sometimes in New Japan. What do we have? The World. We used to have the IC. That's gone. We have the IWGP US by Moxley, the Junior Heavyweight Champion. You have the Junior Heavyweight Tag, the regular Heavyweight Tag. A lot of belts.
The hell, they treating this like UFC?
Japan wrestling is respected more so as a sport. So they treat it like that. So when you win championships, it means a lot over there. Versus here, Stone Cold, you see how he throws it. Well, so does Naito, but what'd you say you like to do with my title? Noob, what's going on? He said, how you doing, Noob? I'm doing well. How are you, brother? Derek is good as well. Let's go back to Twitter because we got to get through some of these too. There's still a bunch of these.
Twitter?
Yeah, the Twitter and the Facebook and all the other ones. So, Sick, I'm going to put your question right there so that I know that you are next, good sir. XGW, we have, what wrestling video game are you most looking forward to?
AEW right now.
This guy, I like it. I will say the virtual basement game for me right now. We don't know enough about the AEW game for what's out there, but the virtual basement game is very intriguing with a lot of the independent wrestlers and the ECW legends. And if they can deliver on a lot of the stuff that Viking Size Gamer has brought up, If they can deliver on a lot of the stuff that Viking Size Gamer promised, it will work out. And I apologize to anyone on the podcast. If you ever hear me do like stupid shit making noises, it's because Derek put his finger up like Sabu, so I had to do the horrible rendition of his theme with my voice. But yeah, Virtual Basement. Yo, bro, can we just talk about WWE 2 while we're here? Let me sit up for a second. I wanted to speak on this real quick.
Okay.
Their game is losing like their roster, bro. It's bad. You don't have Chris Jericho anymore. You don't have Big Show, Mark Henry, Aleister Black. Look at all the released people. Look at the released people from before that and before that. Dude, you lost Samoa Joe. You lost a lot of people.
You're going to have to supplement with NXT.
You have to supplement with more than that. You got to supplement with some damn legends. People want to buy these games. Sure. I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't know who's on NXT UK really right now. Some of the guys, I don't know who they are, what their characters are. If not, I'm going to have to get a refresher course from somebody who watches NXT UK.
I mean, it's true. I mean, you don't really see WWE. I can't really see them putting out a game until they get more people.
Facts.
Because if they put out a game right now with the amount of people that they have, I don't know, dare I say it'd be worse than last year's?
Yo, who asked me this question? Somebody asked me about what upcoming video game are we looking most forward to and why. I think we answered. Why are you looking forward to AEW? I guess
it's new and it's fresh. It's going to be new. It's definitely going to be new, but I hope it's going to
How do you feel about the body types for the game? Like,
that's alpha stuff.
Me and Derek go way back. Like, yo, not going to lie. Shout out to Julian Williams if he's ever watching this, but we were definitely the tag team champions at your WrestleMania party in, what was it, WrestleMania 2000?
Yep.
Test and Derek brought some fake ass car named Grade. We were just beating everybody's ass for like rounds, bro. It was bad,
bro. I think we were on that for like a good 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, dude, we were on a long streak. And people were like switching teeth, like we'll beat them.
Nah,
nobody beat us.
Nobody beat us.
We were crushing it. So bring it if you guys want it in WrestleMania 2000.
I'm damn sure bring Grade right back and start whooping boys' ass.
Fake. Cause. What is Vince McMahon's best match? Is the next question from XGW. What's your favorite Vince McMahon match? When you think of Vince wrestling, what do you think of?
I think I think I love the one where he wrestled Stone
Cold. On what, Monday Night Raw for the first time, or
which one was it where he gave him the middle fingers?
Every match, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
The first one was when Vince had his hand tied behind his back.
No.
When they fought. Oh, wait. Are you talking about the steel cage?
Yes.
Yeah. That was when the Giant came through. Yeah, you were heavy into wrestling back then.
Yep.
My favorite is Vince McMahon versus Shane McMahon, WrestleMania 17,
okay,
with Linda in the comatose state in the wheelchair, and then you're waiting for her. She stands up and kicks Vince with the worst ball shot ever. It was just great. And then Shane does the coast to coast, the Van Terminator. We didn't know he could do that back then. Like, amazing. That was really fun.
That was a good match too.
That was fun. All right, chat. I'm going back to you guys here in a second. Let's go back to 6 questions. 6 says, if you were to put recently released superstars in a promotion, where would you put them? And where do you think they are likely to be now that they've been released? Good question, sir. 2-parter. Derek, let's go through the names. Hold on. I got to pull up the screenshot image for this because I cannot remember everybody who was released off top. Braun Strowman. Where does he go? Where do you want him to go, and where do you think he'll go?
I want him to go away.
Okay. Where do you think he's going to go?
Away.
So you think he's done with pro wrestling? Honestly.
I think for a short amount of time. I don't think he's going to be good.
Well, they got the no-compete clauses, so. Which I think is bullshit they release you, by the way.
Yeah.
Man can't work.
I'm an independent contractor. I don't think you can own me like that.
Bro, don't get me started about this shit. I'll get so pissed. But where do you want to see Braun wrestle? Where do you think he fits? Derek don't watch all these other promotions, so he might say some foul shit.
As much as I don't want to say it, I would say he might fit in the AEW.
I think so too, a little bit. AEW doesn't have super big guys, and he would be unique, but we do have like Archer. And then I was talking about this with someone before. I think Braun would easily be like an Impact champion if he went over there too, or Ring of Honor. I just don't know who's got the funds to pay him, but He'd be interesting. Aleister Black, AEW. We want to see him in AEW. Tony, open that pocketbook, son.
Right.
Make that happen for me. I'm a fan, though, of Aleister Black, and I think you could do a lot with him. Like we said before, you could put him with the Dark Order. You could even have him do a trio stable with the Butcher and the Blade.
Right. Honestly, you know what? I can see Aleister Black in New Japan.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, that'd be great, too. He might want that option, too. Could you imagine Aleister Black versus Naito? Bro, holy shit, that'd be so good. Ruby Riot. I'm going to say AEW. AEW or Impact's women's division.
You know what? Surprisingly, I was thinking that AEW or Impact.
It's just the best landing spot for her. I think if she goes to Impact, she would be a very core focus to go up against like a Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah.
But I think in AEW, she could really help the women too on the microphone, and she may have a job for later, if that makes sense, as an instructor, a teacher, doing something for them. Lana, I think AEW is the only place for her, truthfully, at this point.
If not AEW, I say she hangs it up.
Yeah, she just stops doing wrestling, goes back to maybe television, commercials, something.
Something like that.
I can see that. Santana Garrett. I'm going to say her best spot would be Impact or Ring of Honor.
See, I can't speak on Santana. I've never seen her wrestle.
Okay. And Buddy Murphy.
AEW.
I like to see him in AEW as well.
I think he could.
I would like to see him there.
Impact.
Yeah, Impact, he'd be the world champion, I think.
Oh,
he could be somebody who wrestles Kenny and beats him for the belt.
I say if it's Impact, he'll run the gauntlet in Impact. I think he'll hold the title for a very long time in Impact. Truth. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to Mags here. Mags, and shout out to Mags. He has a Change in Attitude podcast with my good friend Tanner and Ori. Make sure you guys check that out. They're gonna be doing some Attitude Era reviews from King of the Ring until the end of the Attitude Era. I don't know if they stayed at an end spot, but I'm interested. He said, "What's the closest you've been to stopping creating content, and what brought you back from the brink? Similarly, what advice would you give to fellow content creators who hit the wall of doubt?" Okay, so as far as content creating, I think about quitting often because of shit that just happens, bro. You get tired. You're like, yo, when's my channel going to grow? It's frustrating. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you, like, I might go on a rant here real quick. Like, fuck those guys who put up clickbait content. You guys all click it. And then you're like, oh, what the hell is this? Blah, blah, blah. And you're complaining. You're giving them exactly what they want. And I hate clickbait content. Sick will tell you in the chat. I complain about this a lot sometimes. When people go, we know 20 wrestlers in the WWE video game, blah, 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 blah. And then you get some speculation piece. Like, bro, don't do that shit, all right? People don't want to hear that. If you're going to do a video, be like, yo, this is me discussing my ideas for a future game. And I used to get that shit too. Like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. I'm like, well, you can't read then because I clearly have it in the title what this is. Right.
Not my fault. So I don't like clickbait content and things like that. So that type of shit bothers me. And I think it's just the daily struggle of comparing yourself to others, but you can't do that. And how do I stop people from hitting that wall of doubt? I think you got to have fun with the podcast sometimes. So if you're around me, I'll just ask you if you want to come on. Derek really was just sitting here one day and I was like, you want to come on the podcast? Derek was probably like, I don't know. Felt weird. And then he just did it. And then we just started having fun with it, laughing. And we've had some funny moments. We've had some Derek going crazy moments. We've also had Derek going crazy for no reason moments. But it happens. And I think that these are very well done. And I do think that we put a lot of time and effort into it. I don't think a lot of people understand how much time and effort go into this.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not a content creator, so I can't speak on anything, but I've seen him go through a lot with it. And we've had tons of conversations about it all the time. And even to this day, from day one up until this time, we still have conversations on how to grow it. What can we do different? Do we shut it down? What do we do? I mean, honestly, you just got to keep pushing.
Yeah, I think the closest I came to stopping to answer Mag's question was when my father passed away. I think that was the closest to where I was like, yeah, do I really want to continue doing this? And I'm doing it now still. I mean, you do it for the love. I love pro wrestling. Like some people give it up and they're like, yeah, I don't know if it was really for me, pro wrestling. I don't like it. I like that. And I'm just like, well, that's not me. I love pro wrestling. I've always watched it, always have. And even when I quit, I probably still will. So if you're like, yo, I wonder what this dude's doing, you can always hit me up for that. But there's something in me that I'm just like, yo, I can't give this up just yet. I feel like we have something here. We just have to get more people involved in it. Yeah. Period. And it's because of you guys. Like I said, the show is by the fans, for the fans. That's my mission statement. Like, I took business in school, and that's the mission statement. The vision is to produce a wrestling podcast show for wrestling fans. And I want the wrestlers to understand, too, that I am a wrestling fan. So when I say the match was an A, this is from a fan's perspective. It's not from someone who's claiming to be an expert or pretending to be. And you can honestly tell me, I don't give a shit what you think. I've watched wrestling, I think, for long enough to where it's like, well, you kind of need to respect his opinion a little bit. I would hope.
Right. Well, I mean, and then the other question is, like, how many of these content creators that you see on here that are doing wrestling podcasts are actually talking to wrestlers?
There's a lot of people who do it. There's different gimmicks for different things. Like, people probably wonder, I could do more interviews. I choose not to, though, because I think that's a lot of other people's things. Like, Ringsiders does great interviews. I could go on and on.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I haven't really seen anybody do it. I can't.
You're not looking, though. Like, if you look for it, you can find it. I think that my hardest thing is to cope with is sometimes, like, there's an oversaturation in this market, too. Like, there's a lot of us. A lot of us have 1K subscribers, and we all know each other and stuff. There's bigger ones and lower ones. We're like the independents of pro wrestling, is how I see it.
But you know what, though? I think, for me, in my opinion, the podcast and the show itself, whether it grows or not, I think the biggest thing for me, and it's not even my show, and I think the biggest thing for me is the fact that people get a chance to hear it, whether they subscribe or not. I think it's just the fact that people have something to listen to, and in these times right now, like, a lot of people need shit to listen to.
Yeah,
whether they subscribe or not.
Yeah, and I try not to keep these shows going like super long. As you guys can tell, back in the day, there's shows that are like 2 hours. I'm trying to keep it shorter for you guys. Me and Derek go in knowing, like, hey, let's try to keep this like to 50 minutes tonight or 40 minutes, and we try to go through things. But let's keep it going. Noob was in the chat before, and Noob has a question for me. He wrote on Twitter. He says, with Asuka now out of the Raw Women's title picture, do you see her getting, written off TV? That'll give WWE 6 months for live fans to return, for the return, and then Rhea and Charlotte to feud, and then the fans have a women's division, the women's division to worry about Asuka. Like, I think Asuka does need a break from the Raw picture, Noob.
Yeah, I would like to see Asuka disappear for a little bit of time.
Yeah, and not for a bad reason. Kind of like so that the absence makes the heart grow fonder. I want Asuka to get pushed, but I think she just needs a break. She's been, and I still think she's in the women's title picture according to her and Charlotte's matches recently. I don't know.
That's how it seems. I would like to see her go away for a while. I love Asuka, but at times you need to disappear for a certain amount of time so people can rebuild that love for you again. Like, he's already going to tell you, Bray needed to disappear for a good amount of time for people to fall in love with you.
And forget some of the bad shit.
And forget some of the bad shit that's happened. And, like, even now, like, ever since WrestleMania, you haven't really seen Braun. Or Bray, sorry. You haven't really seen Bray at all. So why are you doing this now? You should have done this a long time ago.
Right. Malik Murray asks, would you be down if New Japan Pro Wrestling Bullet Club faced AEW's Bullet Club at All Out?
I mean, do we really have a Bullet Club in AEW?
There's the Super Elite. I
guess. But okay, so who's in New Japan's Bullet Club?
Jay White. They got a bunch of people. Jay White. It's weird because they split like the originals in some of them. Like Carl Anderson's an original. I'm trying to think. They have Gorillas of Destiny still. They've got the Tokyo Pimp. They got a lot of people still over there who are in Bullet Club.
Yeah, but it outweighs the Super Elite though, right?
I don't think so. I feel like the best time to be in the Bullet Club was when Kenny and AJ were running them. Just a fair point. I think that most fans would agree with. Jay White's Bullet Club is not bad, but it's not as strong as it once was. in my opinion, humbly. Let's see here. I'm going to try and catch up with the chat here. We need Almas and Black Vega together in a faction with Zelina Vega, I guess. Maybe we'll get that. Well, Snoop died in the end of Fight for New York, so would you put him as a character as himself or nah? Yeah, you could bring Snoop in. Just give him the braids. He'll be all right. Snoop will be all right. Or no, what is he? He has dreads now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Snoop Lion, baby. Put in Snoop Lion as a bonus character.
Terrible.
Bella says hi. What's going on, Bella?
Hello.
6 said, if you have enough money to buy only one soon-to-be-released wrestling game, which one would it be? Also, what games are you looking forward to?
AEW.
Well, you got a PS5. I'm still on the hunt. By the way, what the fuck, Sony? Do better with this. You got me all messed up. But if I had to pick one, I'm very curious to see what AEW does for right now. So I'm going to say them. But I really want to hear more modes, though, in comparison to some of the other ones.
Right.
I got a question. Do you think Raw and SmackDown need to bring back the Ruthless Aggression era? No, I don't think you go back in the past, Malik, with a lot of this stuff.
You can't. The wrestlers now wouldn't be able to fill that void.
You got to look forward. That's it. You got to figure out how to make today better versus you can't. What can you bring back from the Ruthless Aggression era that's gonna make things better?
There's nothing. You can't bring back the personality.
Maybe match pacing. Maybe you could do something with that, or better storytelling like that era had. That's one thing I wish that they had, but you could do that. Which tournament would be better in the Best of the Super Juniors? Oh, wait, which tournament would be better? Buddy Murphy and Best of the Super Juniors in New Japan, so that's all the junior heavyweights, or Tommy End in the G1?
Probably Buddy Murphy.
I'm going to say Tommy End in the G1. I'm going the opposite of you. I think that would be fan-freaking-tastic, though, either way it goes.
True.
I would love to see them in New Japan, bro. I don't know if they'll get the chance. Disney's going to buy WWE. We don't know that. Actually, I read earlier that Nick Khan said that there is no chance that Vince McMahon wants to sell right now. I'll believe it when I see it because something could happen tomorrow, but you never know. Oh, damn, I just realized Derek is wearing a PS shirt. Boo.
Stop hating, bro.
I got a question. You think Aleister Black is going to AEW, become the new leader of the Dark Order? We answered that before, but Derek said he was down to see it happen. Volta. The roster for the game is going to be thin. I agree. Do you think Walter is going to beat Cross for the NXT Championship? I will say no to that. No. I think Walter wants to stay where he is in the UK.
That's bad though, because you know what? The wrestlers are at the point now where they know where their bread is buttered.
Yeah, well, he knows that he wants to stay home too. He doesn't want to. NXT UK is his home, so he's like, leave me here. Kenny Williams, BJ says better late than never, but hey. Oh. I knew you were going to say that Miz line. I almost wanted to, and I was like, can't say it. It's bad news. Obi-Wan says, do you think this is 2K's last chance for WWE 2K22? Yes. Also, I'm looking forward to the physics wrestling game in the future. Yeah. Wrestling games physics should be really good going forward, but 2K22 has to deliver in this game, or I think people have lost hope in the 2K franchise.
Yes.
Somebody said maybe Trent Seven possibly taking the title. Could be. Malik Murray, I got a question for you. Who do you think is going to beat Roman for the title? I'm with you. I think Big E Langston does it.
Yeah.
Answer Malik's question before I choke someone out for so many questions. I'm trying to answer everybody's questions, man. Patience is a virtue. Let's see here. BJ said you probably already answered, but who do you think is going to be interested in buying WWE if they are indeed preparing for a sale? I think there's only two companies. Disney and NBC Universal will be the top two I could see trying to buy WWE.
If anything, I would say Disney would probably be the top suitor.
Right? Just do the independent contractor ran already. Fuck that bullshit. Those guys are independent contractors. Who the hell are they to tell someone who the fuck they could work for? Fuck WWE with that bullshit. You don't have to respect no 90-day, no complete cost. Kiss my ass. What the hell is that, bro? You tell a plumber they can't go and do work for someone for 90 days? Kiss my ass. That's what the plumber would say, too. That's bullshit. I said it.
Plumber would definitely say kiss my ass.
I said it. I don't care. That's bullshit. Fuck that independent contractor. Bullshit. I can definitely see Aleister Black as the new leader of the Dark Order. Some people, New Japan for Buddy, people are saying. What's up, Randy Sam?
That's what I'm thinking.
What's good, man? Thank you for joining me. CM Punk coming back to WWE clickbait. Yeah, we see a lot of those. If AEW doesn't bring in the trios title, do you see them bringing another tag title or cruiserweight title? Maybe women's tag once they have some more women on the roster, but not right now. I don't see it. It's not necessary.
That would be the best bet.
Conrad, can the release be tied to Daniel Bryan deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling? Curtis asks. I think so. I think that they're starting to realize that people want to explore and do things with other wrestlers because there's money to be made. Why not? Why would you limit the amount of money you can make? Very interesting, though, going forward. I think we could see something with that. I want to see Bryan go to other places.
I would like to see that.
Braun to Impact, Rob said, Tommy and the AEW. Respect you guys. The pandemic was the reason why I paused my stuff, but I was hitting that wall at the same time. I'm so ready to get back to it. Watching your streams has helped me get back that spark. You just got to stay with it, man. The important thing is to keep doing it.
Right.
Heidi Lovelace to shine. Yeah, that'd be dope. I think she's going somewhere else. Lana to AEW. Rob says Murph will be freelancer and run the indies. He could.
He definitely could.
Obi-Wan said that's the reason why I stepped back from creating thoughts and suggestions for WWE games. I believe I have done everything I can do to help the game. It's all up to them now. You ain't wrong, brother. Santan Garrett to WoW. She's already there, I thought, Rob. Maj Raju, I hope I said that correctly. If I said it wrong, please tell me so I can say your name correctly. Yo, Conrad, question. Aleister Black joins AEW as the son of the Dark Father, Brody Lee. Will be a good storyline, but Hangman Page is mad, and we get heel Black versus Page as a babyface. A lot of people want to see this Aleister Black, Hangman Page, Derek.
I mean, I think it would be a great match.
Yeah, Derek's down with the darkness when it comes to like the characters that have the brooding, like emo type of feel to them.
I mean, they bring the physicality that I look for when I think of wrestling.
Correct. Let's see here. So my question from earlier, Snoop is in the game. Do you bring him as Snoop or his character before? You bring him in as Snoop.
Yep, bring him in as Snoop.
Nobody's gonna mind that. I don't think. PR. That could be like a tongue-in-cheek joke in the game, even in the story mode.
Right.
Yo, Kyra, you listen to Scorpio Sky and Ethan's Page new theme on AEW Music. You know I have. I was feeling Scorpio's other theme before though. Reach for the sky. Jesus says, you see people getting called up soon. If so, who? Dude, I've been waiting for like Adam Cole. NXT's been weird as hell lately, bro. I feel like people don't want to go, and they're like telling Triple H, like, please, no, I don't want to go over there. It's like going to your like, you know, when people are split, you gotta go to the other parent's house and you hate that parent. That's what I feel like. They're like, no, I want to stay here with you. Right. Why do I have to go over there? I don't want to go over there. So I don't know, man. Drew McIntyre needs a break from the world title picture. I knew this talk was going to be coming soon. I don't hate Drew, man. He's in a shitty spot.
He is.
Let's see here. Where's Rob? You guys fired blank and hired blank is one of the worst so-called things a fan could say. Touche. What up, Kyra? Just got done watching the Insiders cast. What's up, Chad? Appreciate you coming on over. Kyra, do you think AEW needs to create a cruiserweight belt and have Leo Rush as champion? No. I do not think we need a cruiserweight championship. I don't like labels when it comes to wrestlers unless you're going to treat them with respect. And the only place that's shown me they can do that is New Japan and MLW.
Sometimes you can't put a label on stuff, and this will be the moment where you don't put a label on that.
I think it's not good.
No.
Bullet Club's gotten worse with each iteration after AJ. Rob, I still think the Kenny Omega one was still fire, though. They had a lot of great moments, whether it was kicking people out or whatever. Thank you for letting us know the Knicks have been eliminated. And NBA fans, I need to sit your asses down in the seats and just watch the game. doing all that dumb stuff. Jeff Samuel says, Donnell Jones or Genuine? Tell me what's up. You know that I like it. You know what? Genuine. Genuine's got to be over him, in my opinion. Just for Pony. That's a classic.
Yeah.
That's a classic. I know Donnell Jones is that grown folks music. Genuine's for everybody. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yo, I just had a random thought, but it's not for the podcast, Terry. All I'm gonna say was no, I can't even say that. I can't even say it out here, bro. Conrad, I think I've been hanging out with Ding Dong Bailey too much because I thought Myles Garrett retired from football, but it was basketball he retired from. Do you guys see fans coming back shitting on the WWE shows? No. I think they're gonna love them. Love them. Because wrestling's back.
Fucking idiots.
No, that has nothing. Dude, fans are excited to be back out. People have been cooped in their house for 2 years.
You be excited for this shit?
If it's good, it's good. WrestleMania was good, bro.
Was it though?
Night 1 was good. I don't care what you say.
I mean, night 1 was good, but
it was damn good.
Is it good to the point that we are used to?
I think that if they're not careful, though, fans will come back to shit on them. Okay, I'm gonna do BJ's, and then I think, damn it, I'm still not caught up yet. Hold on, we gotta plow through some of these. So I'm just looking at questions right now for a second. BJ says, who do you feel will be the biggest roster member who could defect from WWE to AEW that would legit start a shift?
Aleister Black.
No, big name.
Oh, big name?
Who would give him like the Scott Hall went over to WCW effect?
Adam Cole.
No, I wouldn't even say him.
You don't think
I think you gotta scoop somebody who is super over. I think a Roman Reigns would be somebody that could shift a lot of people.
Oh, well, I'm not thinking.
I'm thinking popularity wise, like if you get Hogan over
I wasn't thinking popularity wise. I'm thinking like
change like the matches and stuff.
Yeah, like
I hear you.
Like for me, Adam Cole. Granted, so a lot of these wrestlers haven't been.
Did you see his answer? Sorry, he said Adam Cole for popularity, Woods for cross promotion.
I see that. I would say Adam Cole just because Adam Cole's been in 3 different companies where he would come in and he's like, Adam Cole, baby. And the whole crowd was into that. How you go from Ring of Honor to NXT to the main roster for what, 1 night? And
he's over
like that? Like, come on.
If you book him right, though, WWE's got bad long-term booking. Jesus asks, do you see Sammy G or Archer as TNT champion this year? Sammy,
yeah.
Archer.
Eventually.
This year, though. I'm going to say Sammy, yes. Archer, no.
We're in June now?
Yeah.
Sammy. We're halfway through the year now.
I think Sammy could be the guy to beat Miro. I don't think you'd give it to Archer. I think Archer's destined for bigger things.
Yeah.
Do you see Dustin Rhodes leaving the biz soon, as Azan asks? Yes, very soon. Sooner than you think. And I think he's a wonderful teacher. I'm going to miss him in the ring. He's great, though, for what he does. S.C. Williams, Kyra, when I listened to Sky and Ethan Page's new theme song, it gave me I Ain't Never Scared vibes, laugh out loud. And John Connors was the rapper who was with Dr. Dre Records. Yes.
John Connors is actually nice.
Yeah. John Connors is pretty dope. Robert said F the Elite. I appreciate that comment. Conrad, how do you feel about the card for TakeOver in Your House 5-Way? It looks interesting. I wish they just booked Adam Cole to look stronger than they did. I know they kind of tried to hide it and why he got into the match, but we'll see. I think it could be really fun, that matchup here. I just hope they don't expose Karrion Kross. It seems like they were trying to test him to see if he would step up to the plate, and I thought he did a good job yesterday. Just left Marks with Mike. He said, what up? Tell him I said, what up? Lana to AEW. Casey and JoJo or R. Kelly?
Casey and JoJo.
Fuck Robert Kelly. R. Kelly can beat it. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. Favorite Casey and JoJo song?
Oh,
All my life, pray for someone like you. And I let you do that one. Dad, I
finally found you.
Lana is the best. Lana is number one. Yes, I agree with that. Who you got winning the NBA championship?
Brooklyn. Brooklyn, baby. Oh, shout out to all the New York fans who called out Brooklyn after you won the first game. Or after you won the second game against Atlanta. I bet you ain't calling them out no more now.
Leave the Knicks alone. They made the playoffs. That was a W in my book.
Yeah, that was a jinx too when they said we won Brooklyn.
I think one of the best label titles is the X Division title. They have such broad walls and at times for story purposes bring in the definition of it very well. Yes, I love the X Division is not about limits. It's about no limits.
Oh, I won't go.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Fans will shit on Raw live, Tokyo says. I see people shitting at least on Raw if the show is trash. Oh, if it's trash, yeah. But like I said, they're going to be happy when it first starts up. Let's see here. Jeff, what is going on, Jeff? Thank you so much for joining us. Cena, keep effing up and we'll see his ass in AEW.
Yeah, I will not watch that show if he's on.
It would bring people over, bro. I'm telling you, big crossover.
No, I don't want to see it.
Let's see. I'm with Derek in the thought process of who to move over for the shift. I think we're going to end up hearing a documentary in 20 years about Cole being the piece that moves and changes the scope. We shall see. John Connors is from Flint, Michigan, my city. What up to Flint, Michigan?
What up? What up?
Brooklyn.
Exactly, Obi-Wan.
Who wins the tag titles first? Varsity Blondes or the Acclaimed? I'm going to say the Acclaimed.
I'm going with Varsity Mama boy, Stiff Leg Grip Garrison.
The Acclaimed. Max will have a rap for that. Obi-Wan, I heard they're bringing the hood to them. Peace, bro. Crime Time reference. Rest in peace to Shad, man. Sasha will shift people over if she leaves. I agree. Jocelyn's not wrong.
She would.
Sasha's my girl, man. I love Sasha. So
she definitely would shift.
Cena made Fast 9 flop in China. Don't start that bullshit. Taiwan is a country. Shut that bullshit up, China. Cut it out. Favorite Casey and JoJo song is Life. It gives you the feeling. Do you think R&B can come back, Conrad, to what it was in the 90s?
No.
I think it will eventually. It's going to come around. I just don't know how soon, but I think you'll find some old souls eventually. Be like, yeah, this is some good music. Sometimes the R&B joints though in the 90s were a little like, damn, bro. Like I used to have cousins and stuff who would listen to that shit all day long. I'm like, this shit's depressing, bro.
Right.
Yeah, change this. It was so slow and
That's
different.
True. That's true.
But they used to have some music like Joe would talk about taking a girl downtown, and he wasn't talking about on the train. Now they just say that shit. They don't even care. They're like, yeah, I took her to the house, skeet in the car.
No mystique to the music anymore.
Oh, man, I'm starting to sound like a pastor. I got to chill. Stone Cold Grip Garrison. Y'all need to stop. Worst AEW moment so far when them damn fireworks didn't go off. Yeah. That shit was embarrassing. And Get On Up is favorite. That's a good song too, Jason.
Oh, yeah.
I can respect it. What's next for the women in line with program? Who's the next woman in line for a program with Britt Baker? Not sure if you already covered this. You're thinking long term, but who would you book next?
Oh, next right now?
Like if you had to give Britt Baker a dub, who do you put her against?
Shoot.
All right, we gotta get through these Twitter ones too here.
I don't know. Britt Baker and that's that. Dude, I don't know.
Ty Conti?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can roll with that. Okay, let's get here to the illustrious MG40, my man, Matt. He says, who has the better women's division, Impact Knockouts division or NXT women's division?
NXT?
I'm going to say Impact. I enjoy Impact a little bit more as we are speaking about it, but close call, though. Close call between either one of those.
Okay.
Malik, Narcolepsy Boy, part of the Six Pack. Gotta show him some love. He said, do you think New Japan and WWE deal will fall through? If so, what do you expect or want to see from it, and how can it help both brands in pro wrestling? The New Japan deal would be money for WWE. Well, it would be money for both in the short term if they do it right. New Japan needs to recoup some funds from WWE so they can sign more people and keep their company afloat and hopefully boost up some of the Stardom promotion because they own that as well. And I think at the same time, they get to work with new talent and WWE gets the same benefit. And WWE desperately needs to find something that's going to inject life into the product because storytelling ain't it. As Stone Cold would say, that ain't it. But I do think it could benefit if they end up doing it.
If Vince doesn't try to shaft them.
Does New Japan style mesh well if they go into a partnership with WWE?
I don't know if it's going to mesh well.
I think main event wise, yes, but I don't know about the big card. Like I said, my greatest fear is seeing like Elias defeats Naito. Like on a card, I'll just be like, what? You know how that shit goes. And that one was from Matt Lopez. Thank you, Matt. Big shout out to him. Foul comes in and he asks, who would you book for an episode on WWE Peacock original show Table for Three? And what topics would you want them to talk about? There are 3 people sitting at the table. Who do you want at the table?
From WWE or just
any time period. He just said you could pick them and they got to do a table for 3 and you pick the topics that they get to talk about. I'm gonna go with damn it, that's a really good question for 3. I think I had a feeling I thought who you were gonna pick, but you didn't say them right away. I'm waiting for you to see if you pick because I figured yours would be easier than who I would try to.
I'm gonna say Edge, Randy Orton, and Matt Hardy.
Okay, what do you want them to talk about? Any topics? Something specific?
I mean, well, you know, the whole situation with him and Edge and Matt.
What situation? Oh yeah. Or no, he's beat one now.
Yeah. That situation, I think. I think this would be more suited towards Edge because Edge would be asking, you know, the questions would be going back and forth between Edge and then Randy Orton. You know what I mean? Or between Matt Hardy and Randy.
Shout out to KC Classic who joined us stating the obvious about Lita. Killer. Yeah. Damn, we got people going back and forth too on that NXT division. But yeah, NXT Women's Division, but Impact utilizes the talent better. I'm with Jeff. Impact got the slight nod from me as well.
I respect it.
I thought you were going to pick the Brood. I thought that would be an interesting one with Christian, Gangrel, and Edge. That would be a dope one, I thought. Especially with the wine and then Gangrel spits it at the end or something. Sir, you're going to have to pay for that. Like, that would be how I would end it. Sorry. I'm trying to think, though, of 3 people for me. I think that I would love to see a table for 3 with Kenny Omega, Tanahashi, and Okada with subtitles. And I want to hear how they felt about their top reigns in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
Competing against each other at Wrestle Kingdoms and Dominions.
Okay.
And your favorite food and activities outside of pro wrestling. Boom. We are now going to the Texas gentleman, Tanner, who we had spoke about earlier. Tell me the best meal you've ever had is the first one.
Best meal?
Philly cheesesteak from the hood, baby, in Buffalo. That's my favorite of all time, bro. Give me a nasty Philly cheesesteak. That's my favorite food, bro. Like if I was on death row, that would be the sandwich for me. Like, bring it. And it's got to be nasty with just the cheese and onions.
Right. Probably chicken finger dinner. I was like the king of chicken finger dinners, bro.
He is. Like
chicken finger dinner. Like when I say I was like the king of chicken finger dinners, first of all, I get a chicken finger dinner every Friday. And then once I ordered it from this place called the Pizza Club. Shout out to them. Best chicken finger dinners in Buff.
Best sub I ever won, too. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home, too. They won me a lot of food and money.
And, it was to the point that they knew exactly who I was. Like, we'll be there in 20.
Hold on. Going back to some of the questions. Somebody said, what's the deal with the NXT parking lot? Don't go out there, bro. It's terrible. And you will probably get mugged. Rob says Jim Cornette, Vince Russo, and Bruce Pritchard. Why would you put Bruce in the middle of that? Why?
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Phil Hickerson, Warrior, and Sting.
Putting steroids in that booty.
Or Ike's. Mike's or Ike's Cam said for the steak hoagies, huh?
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Geno's, too. That's a Buffalo thing, though. I want AJ, Joe, and Daniels to talk about their time in TNA, the pros and cons of their current career placements. Ooh, I like it. Let's see here. Ron Simmons, The Rock, and D'Lo on the formation and significance of the formation of the nation, significance in the business, and how the business has changed for Black wrestlers.
Okay,
yes.
I like that one.
Favorite Butcher and Blade moment in AEW so far?
I think my favorite moment is when they came out in all white.
Yeah, I think when they wreck shop, I love it. Like their best match was that Young Bucks match. I love that False Count Anywhere match they had. They were in like the kitchen and shit. It reminded me of SmackDown versus Raw. I loved it. They were jumping off of shit. It was crazy. Do you think AEW will make Fuego del Sol all elite? They damn well better. Fuego for all elite. He ain't gonna retweet this. He ain't gonna say nothing. But Fuego needs to definitely be in AEW for sure. Let's get back to Taylor's question because he had 3 for us. He said, what do you think Gotch or Hackishman would think of the modern state of the wrestling business? They would hate it. Yeah. They would probably complain like a lot of the other old timers would be my guess.
They would.
And number 3, who in your opinion is the toughest wrestler actively working in any promotion?
Toughest? I'd say probably Kenny Omega.
I mean, tough is like fight, I think is what he means. Like, I'm about to beat your ass. Who would be the baddest man in any promotion right now? I'm going to go with Sin Hunica. That's my boy, bro. I always tell people if I had to have someone have my back in a fight, after I heard he knocked Sheamus out over the joint on the table, the masseuse, he's like, who are you talking to, bro? What? He was like, that's for stars. Who's the star now? So that would be my guy.
True. I'd say probably John Moxley.
Right? Yeah, he's probably one crazy MFer.
Yeah.
Hard wire and shit. BJ says, Wade Barrett, John Cena, CM Punk. Let's talk about the booking issues of the Nexus. That would actually be a good one.
Yeah.
Their match against the Natural Nightmares was great, too. I love the bunkhouse brawl, too, Rob. You know that, though. Sheamus has got to be in talk for one of the toughest, though. Not if the stories I've heard are true with Yoshitatsu as well. I don't know. We'll have to see. Sheamus says that story's not true, though. So I'm going to take him for his word.
Well, anybody can just say that's say the story's not true.
Connor comes in with a question. Part 1, which company has the best of each? Who's got the best tag division, Derek?
Best tag division? AEW.
AEW, bro. All right, I'm just making sure we're in agreement. Best women's division? Impact.
NXT.
Okay. And best singles wrestling division, I assume that's for the males.
AEW.
New Japan's hurt right now, bro, or I would probably say them. I think right now, as a default, I'm going to go with AEW as well. They do have a tremendous singles division, too. Part 2, what is your stance on the death match style wrestling? Are you a fan of the style, or does it not appeal to you? So how do you feel, Derek, about the light tube guys and the people going through glass and getting slammed through tables?
I like it. It's sports entertainment.
We'll use that word with deathmatch wrestling. That's tough. Tiff's going to be very disappointed in this. Tiff loves deathmatch wrestling, so that's why I say that. I don't know if it's for me. Sometimes it gets a little brutal with the mouse traps and shit. Yeah. Like you're putting people in the mouse traps and people are bleeding. Like when I watched that Nick Gage match where he like almost bled out because he got cut one of his like arteries or something. They had to get a helicopter. That's bad shit, bro.
I mean, so this is going to be a double negative or.
But that's good shit. It depends on if you like it. I'll watch it. I mean, I'm not going to get like super squeamish either watching it. It's just like, oh, okay.
I think like if it's tastefully done well.
David Arquette and Nick Gage, not tastefully done well.
Exactly. If it's tastefully done well, a death match can be very entertaining.
Yeah. I think if it's done right, like I think Mankind might be one of the best guys to do it. Terry Funk
Yes.
too, like to make it tastefully.
Yes, because you still have the brutalization throughout the match, but you still have the wrestling aspect as well.
Okay, ringside rant. Shout out to RJ from Rochester. He says, "Who would benefit more in the following partnering scenarios? WWE New Japan, AEW New Japan."
I think AEW would, just because you have Kenny Omega there.
Yes, if we're not looking at it from a financial standpoint, I do think AEW benefits to have more talent.
Yes.
So that way, when they're stuck and they need something to hype people up, they can be like, "Okada, come here, I need you."
Right. And I mean, technically, they're already crossing over anyway.
Yeah, you know what? No, I take that back, Derek. I'm going to go WWE because Roman Reigns and those guys could use this shit too. WWE would make more money, I think, with it, and they could use more. So I'm going WWE. I'm changing my mind on that one. Headlock Talk. What are some moments you feel the proudest of doing your show? Do you have a proud moment, Derek? Is there a proud moment of podcasting with me that you'd like to talk about? Is that supposed to be sexy? Stone Cold.
I would say just being here with my brother, man. Like just trying to just do some shit, like just talking.
Look at this guy. You can stay on the show. That's good. I want to say I'm going to come out with one that happened a little bit ago. One of my proudest moments so far was the Brainbuster radio show when we did the fundraising for the Super Kick Foundation, and I think we did one for the SPCA as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe it was the ASPCA. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we raised some money for people who didn't have like clothes. I suggested the Super Kick Foundation, and I thought it was really cool that we could all work together and do something like that. The whole Brainbuster crew, though, that was such a fun time period of doing things, and people were just working with us, and it was just good shit, man. I loved it. Lots of fun, and hopefully we can do a fundraiser again soon if you guys would like it. Kevin, if the New Japan WWE storyline comes true, what would you want the lead-in story to be, and how would you want the partnership to be revealed on TV? So how do you set this up, Derek, is what Kevin Carroll is asking. Big shout out to Kevin, too, from Wrestling Reverb.
Honestly, I would do just like what they did before. WCW Invasion. Now I'd make a new...
well, who's the guy to kick it off for you?
Okada.
I'm a big Okada guy, too.
I would say Okada.
I feel like they would do something with like the Super Juniors though too. I feel like we would get like Ishimori coming over or Ishii or somebody to start it, like boom, headbutt.
But you know what though? Like this has to be an invasion that has to be well thought out. Like this has to be an invasion. Like you can't go back and forth. Like WWE and WCW were going back and forth.
But see, the invasion, somebody's got to lose, and I think that's a bad thing sometimes. I don't know. I think you benefit more sometimes just plucking people and taking them versus that way. Saki the Sock Puppet sends us a question. What do wrestlers think of puppets like me and why? Well, Saki, Derek, here's a picture of Saki just so you can see him.
Mankind will be pleased.
I think wrestlers, Mankind would be pleased. Good answer. I think we leave it at that. I think, Saki, people appreciate you for entertaining them and doing the damn job. Shout out to Ant Platinum Saki. Brady Margison, I hope I said that name right. If there is anything to Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss haters, what would you want to say? Stop hating.
Yes.
Hater, don't hate on Bray.
Bray didn't put himself in this situation.
Yeah, bad booking, dude. Ryan Schmid for real asks, hashtag ask EPW, is it time for Ryback to return to pro wrestling?
No.
You said it, not me.
And I'll say it again, no.
Let's see if we have anything. I saw someone say Walter and Minoru Suzuki for the toughest. Suzuki's getting old, though, man. I don't know. We'll see. Walter might be a badass, too. Suzuki's the toughest. People love Suzuki, bro. I'm still going with Sin Hunico, bro. He coming with the snuff. Best moment in the Def Jam video game. I think just playing with my friends, truthfully.
Yeah.
Had good times just messing around on that. I'd say he's the toughest, but Jericho might have more guts than brains for some situations he's been in. Yeah, Jericho's a tough SOB, too, I would say. I've heard he could fight, too. Shout out to Bill Goldberg. Nick Gage literally died and kept going. This is true.
He definitely did.
And wanted to go back out there. Dude is crazy. Would you guys be up in co-op gaming stream sometime? Maybe a legit versus player or simulation of creations battling it out? Yes. Once these new wrestling games come out, I would like to do more streams for that versus always having to come on here and just stream and talk about different things. Maybe I can do it from the video game perspective later on going forward. I think that would be something nice to do. But definitely down, BJ, if you ever wanted to do that. Rob said, best Def Jam game. He's given his moment after Trejo in the subway and saving Blaze at the scrapyard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Crow after folding up the crack. Yo, what? We had a lot of Def Jam talk. They better bring that game back. I was about to ask Suzuki to chop me at ROH War of the Worlds of 2018. I chickened out that I heard his chop 20 minutes later in the match. Ouch, that is a strong motherfucker. Should have did it, BJ. Been a story to tell your kids if you made it through it.
Right.
Riddle or Barnett could probably shoot whoop most of the guys, though. Yeah, 100%. Yes, I agree with saving Blaze. I hope Saki doesn't belong to a teenage boy. Peace. Peace. Dear Susie. Dear Susie. It's probably too old for some people to even know what we're talking about, bro. Right now, what are your top 3 promotions? Dylan, Jeff. No, top 3 for me are going to be AEW.
I would still say
Hold on. I love New Japan. You don't even watch enough.
But
get your YouTube reviewing ass out. You need to wake up at 2 a.m. like the people and get down there and watch the show.
Bro, you got melatonin? That's the only way it's happening.
We know. I'm going to go AEW, New Japan, Impact for me. And I might put Impact over New Japan recently because New Japan really hasn't been running a lot of shows.
AEW, New Japan, and WWE, I guess.
Okay. Love Wrestling. What is going on? Hopefully, I don't know who this is representing Love Wrestling. Maybe it's Zach, maybe it's Benny, maybe it's Josh. It doesn't matter because I love wrestling. Love Wrestling CA says, hey, friends, sorry if it's been answered already as we were just tuning in, but any thoughts on the next challenge for the AEW World Championship after Double or Nothing? You have Hangman Adam Page as an option, I feel, at this point, but I do think we can also try to put in there. You had Pac, you had Orange. You could have a mystery person. Kota Ibushi, someone you could always put in there too.
Yeah.
Damn. Anyone else? Who would you put in between then that Kenny could beat? Who's somebody Kenny can get a win over before he gets to Hangman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christian at All Out.
Oh yeah.
I think you give him the shot. Maybe Jungle Boy being Princess. Shit.
Right.
Bray, Bliss stole my whole effing flow, Soldier Voice.
Definitely did.
Do you see The Rock as the best black wrestler? I do count The Rock as a black wrestler. I know some people don't because he promotes the Samoan heritage, but I'm also a biracial person. So, yeah, I think that The Rock was a black African-American WWE champion. Held it down, bro. Like, nothing more that I can say about it. Do you count The Rock as a black champion?
I do.
Okay. Some people don't. Some people argue it sometimes. Will Ospreay to WWE rumors coming up? I don't see that right now. Will Ospreay loves New Japan. I got a question. What is your favorite John Morrison match? Mine is Miz versus John Morrison. Falls count anywhere. That is a really good match. I like the John Morrison CM Punk series from when he first went to ECW. I thought those were a lot of fun. And I did enjoy John Morrison's reign as Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown for a little bit there. He had some good matches. Any favorite John Morrison matches for you? Disrespectful. And Lucha Underground, he has some really good ones too.
Oh, okay, there you go. I'll take Lucha Underground.
What match from Lucha Underground?
I don't remember the. It was early on.
Was it him and Puma?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that was Ricochet too, by the way. Sorry, I spoiled it. Yeah, because he spits hot fire.
That's true.
Dylan. I got a question. Who's going to be Jacob Fatu in MLW? Shit if I know.
Nobody.
Dude's a beast, bro. I don't know. Who do you want to beat him? Maybe you could have Lawler do it. I don't know. I think you're gonna have to find someone that you sign to do it. Maybe someone like a W. Morrissey could do it if you bring him in first few shots. AEW, Stardom, WWE. Stardom is good shit, Tokyo. It's Jungle Boy, though. Moxley is still owed a rematch. They've been saying people are owed rematches for a while, Jocelyn. I don't think some people are getting them, though.
Probably not.
New Japan is starting to fall off for me. There's a lot of injuries and sickness going on right now. New Japan's just taking the brunt of it because there's a travel restriction. If you had to take a chop from Walter, who takes it first, Derek?
Doesn't matter where, because if I can put it to the back, I'm good.
Bro, you're gonna shit your pants. Oh God!
I'd rather shit my pants than not breathe.
I gotta go, y'all. What song will you get for any AEW wrestler? I could have swore I saw that somewhere too. That somebody did ask, what song would we get for any AEW wrestler? Derek, is there a particular song that you were like, yo, I would have to get this for somebody?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know. That's a tough one.
There's not one match that you, or one song that you're like, you know what, this fits this pro wrestler. Any of the old Exhibit tracks or something, or Explosive.
Oh, okay.
Anything like that?
So what would fit well, I think, would be Get Your Bounce On, Exhibit for TH2.
Dustin Rhodes with the Jackass theme?
Yes.
We have argued about this every week. Derek thinks this song sounds like that. I'm like, no.
Yes, it does.
Larry Skiles, 1987, asks, which wrestling companies are on a roll right now? # respect. Respect to you, Larry.
I think AEW's on a roll.
Yeah, they're.
I'm gonna say Impact is on a roll too, even though I don't really watch Impact.
But you're hearing the name so often.
But I hear the name a lot. So
finally, respect.
I'm not giving it respect.
Son of a, we're done with that combo. Let's see. Eminem versus the Hardys when they broke Mercury's face. That was crazy. Any celebrity you'd like to see wrestle in AEW? I'm giving this one to you first.
Any celebrity?
Thank you, Rob. Hammerstone will dethrone Fatu. Thank you.
Any celebrity?
I ain't never scared from Mark Henry.
Right.
Schoolboy Q, Man of the Year for Scorpio and Fade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man of the Year.
Yeah, that's perfect. Any wrestler or celebrity?
DMX stop being greedy for Eddie Kingston. I would love it, bro. I would say, what's my name for Eddie Kingston? Dustin Rhodes theme is a ripoff of Bryan Stew by Green Day. They just dressed it up a month after they came to TV.
Bro, I don't know, dude. That's a tough one there. It's another tough one.
Come on, celebrity, bro. Who do you want to see get their ass beat? You can pick someone to get their ass beat or be a hero.
Oh, well, if we're talking about getting the ass beat, what's that broad's name?
Which one? And we don't endorse the term of broad here. Please send all your hate mail to @DerekShelton@gmail.com.
That's fine. I'll address all of it.
We don't say the word broad. Sexist.
Is it?
Terrible. Who you got?
Because you could definitely call it dude broad too. You act like broad right now. So
yeah,
you could say that.
Sexist.
I want to say, what is her name?
I'm going Cardi B. I could see her being a wrestler in a celebrity form. I don't know what she's gonna do at SummerSlam supposedly.
Dude, I would like to see. So what's the blonde's name? She's got all the little teenage songs.
Justin Bieber.
No, not him. He's a brother too, though. So
Justin Bieber's the man. Leave that boy alone.
I gotta search.
Now you gotta search it. All right. Favorite Aqua Teen Hunger Force character while Derek looks up his celebrity.
Shake.
Meatwad for me. Rob says Kenneth Kniff skip from Connecticut. For Cody, it'll be Homelanders. Carl Carl Robson.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna be screaming a lot in the matches. Facts. I would love to see like Biggie as a wrestler too. I don't know why. Random thought, but
that actually would be good. All right, hold on. I'm searching. Going through it. She's a pop star.
Train to the baddest bitch for Britt Baker. Somebody just said Frylock in the chat is their favorite.
Ooh, Frylock is good. That's good though.
What's wrong with Meatwad? That's my boy.
Now Meatwad's good too though. Right? Don't get me wrong. What is
Iggy Azalea?
Nah.
I'm trying to think. Christina Aguilera?
Nah.
Shit. Pink?
Nah. See, I keep wanting to say Miley Cyrus, but it's not Miley Cyrus.
Is she a rapper?
No, she's a singer. Pop star singer.
Clarkson? Kelly Clarkson?
Nah, not Kelly Clarkson.
What song does she sing? Come on, hit the song at least. The note, something. Would you type it in the song?
Yes.
Come on.
Hold on. Taylor Swift.
Oh my God. You can remember Taylor Swift?
She's not memorable.
You're a hater, bro. Hater.
I can't give respect to someone who makes songs for teenagers, and she's no longer a teenager.
All right, we got to keep this clean. Hold on. Don't tell me to beware because I'll tell you where to be, Master Shake. B-Boy Skyline said best moment from the Boondocks. Fuck, I can't even pick.
Oh, got you right here. Best moment from the Boondocks.
Do not say something crazy.
No. Not say nothing crazy. Best moment from the Boondocks, I would say. Not the Stink Meaner joint. It's a Stink Meaner joint, but when they had the black dude who was
Tom.
No, not Tom. The black dude who's supposed to be like the black Bruce Lee.
I can't even think of who it is.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I know the episode you're talking about.
Where the three old people came to challenge him and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the best. Yo, that was the dopest episode ever.
I'm a big fan of Do the Home Man. Do the Home Man. That's another funny one. There's a bunch. The Acclaim versus the Migos. I got the Acclaim.
Yes.
Not gonna lie. Best SNL era. I'm a little impartial to the 90s.
Yes.
I like the 90s ones. The 80s has a great crew, though, with Eddie Murphy and all them.
Yeah.
But I like the 90s. I'm a big fan of Chris Farley and Adam Sandler and all those guys. They were great during that period. Don't fear the cheddar biscuits.
Yeah.
My name is Uncle Ruckus, and this here is the story of my relation. Yo. I see Jay-Z's the Def Jam character, Big L, another one, or Kumo D.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Tokyo, I can't put that. I can't put that up or I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, I like it though.
Fresh Prince or Martin? I'm taking Fresh Prince, bro.
Yeah, Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince. I can definitely relate more to it. I definitely said something to Casey earlier on the phone that was like, I was waiting for him to hit the Fresh Prince line. Do this shit to me. Dang. Bushido Brown.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what it was. Thank you, Rob. They out here trying to cancel Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks. Mad TV or SNL? SNL. SNL versus In Living Color.
In Living Color. Let me tell you something.
Fire Marshal Bell. And my man Pickle Juice. Adventure Time or Futurama? Futurama. Gina or Hillary? Gina. And you know why. Well, never mind. They don't know why. Right. Living Color. Boy, what did you say me? What part in particular? Rob said Hillary over Gina. Shut up.
You know was another dope one too. Another dope Boondocks episode was when they had the kickball game, the kickball tournament. Yo, how you make a martial arts-esque episode out of a kickball game?
They were tripping. Whoever wrote that, they were definitely on something when they wrote
that. Yo, that was dope. My man, Huey, when he threw that ball at that girl, I'm like, damn.
So listen, we got really long into this, bro. We almost went 2 hours talking and answering questions from people. Thank you guys so much. The live chat provided a bunch. People on Facebook, thank you. Everybody who gave us the questions on Twitter. Instagram, I didn't see any, but Instagram was acting up for me today. I don't know what happened. So I thank you guys so much. Boondocks taught me how to get through a crazy crowd. Chuck that chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, you guys are too funny. I love you guys. The Q&As are great. If you enjoyed this, write it down below. You know what? Put the number 1 in the comment section below if you enjoyed this, and we'll try to get another one going. All right? But for myself and Derek, we are out. We will be back next Wednesday. We'll try to come up with something else for us to do. I don't know what we'll talk about or do, but I definitely enjoyed talking to you guys.
So we could do next week. We could do movie debates.
Yo, this dude's tripping.
We can do movie debates. I'm ready to debate anybody on a movie.
Well, next time we do a Q&A, you guys can put questions about movies, anything in there, and we'll answer them. All right? We'll answer wrestling related and that. So maybe I'll have people submit 1-on-1.
Yeah, 1-on-1. Yeah, 1-on-1.
Okay, but for myself and Derek, we're out for real this time. I know I do that like 5 times when we're trying to end these. Thank you guys so much. I like that you guys are putting them in the chat. Put them in the comment section after. Helps video get more views. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. We are out. Peace.